The alarm screams. Not a gentle chime, but the iPhone's classic radar blare, a sound that feels like a small electric shock to the heart. It's 6:57 a.m. The screen glows in the dark room, which still smells like last night's takeout. Sesame oil and exhaustion. A hand slams down on the phone. The assault continues. A calendar notification fills the display. Q4 budget review, 9 a.m. Beside it, a Slack preview. David, did we get the Asia numbers? Need before market open. This is Alex. He's 31, lives in a walk-up in Astoria, Queens. He's already wearing his button-down from yesterday. It's a trick he started 6 months ago. Saves 7 minutes. He pushes off the mattress, feet finding the cold hardwood. The kitchen is 2 feet from the bed. He doesn't make coffee. He'll grab a bitter cup from the cart downstairs for $3.50. His movements are robotic. Shuffle to the bathroom, splash water, and stare at the face in the mirror. There's a faint line between his eyebrows that wasn't there 2 years ago. In finance, they call it a stress valley. He blinks. The face blinks back, empty. The New York autumn air bites as he hits the street. It's that specific 7:15 a.m. smell, damp concrete, exhaust fumes, and the greasy promise of breakfast from the diner. His mind is already in the office, rehearsing lines. Pipeline looks robust. We're monitoring the volatility. A language designed to say everything and nothing. The staircase down to the N train is a river of black coats. He's a salmon swimming upstream, muttering, sorry, without meaning it. The train is packed, not just packed, anatomical. Bodies are pressed into shapes they weren't meant to hold. He gets a sliver of space near the doors. This is his moment of quiet, the only quiet he'll get for the next 12 hours. And what does he do with it? He pulls out his phone. His thumb, on pure muscle memory, opens LinkedIn, and there it is, the gut punch, a post from Maya, who was an intern with him a lifetime ago. Her face is beaming. The headline screams, "Thrilled to announce, I've been promoted to vice president at Greenhaven Capital." The post has hundreds of likes. Well-deserved. Incredible. He feels a hot flush creep up his neck. It's not just jealousy. It's the math. She's 28. He's 31. She's at a hot hedge fund. He's at a mid-tier bank. Her bonus last year was more than his total salary. He stares at his own ghostly reflection in the dark train window. A notification vibrates in his pocket. He doesn't need to look. He knows. He gets off at 57th Street. The sky is a slab of dull gray that promises more gray. He joins the human current, flowing towards the gleaming tower, his tower. The lobby is a cathedral of money. Marble floors so polished, you can see the blurry, tired faces of 100 Alexis walking across them. The security guard, Ray, gives him a nod. "Morning, Mr. Chen." Alex's lanyard is his ticket inside. A green light and a soft beep grant him passage. Floor 47. The doors open to a sea of beige cubicles, the hum of computers, and the fluorescent light that makes everyone look slightly ill. His desk is in the middle. No window, 2 monitors, a dying succulent. He logs in. The screen explodes. 47 unread emails, 23 Slack messages. The first one is from his boss, David. "My office, 8:30. Pre-meet for the 9 a.m. The morning is a blur of nodding and typing. The 9 a.m. meeting happens in a glass-walled room that feels like a fishbowl. People talk in circles for an hour. Lunch is at 1:15 p.m. He orders the usual, a $17 salad bowl, and eats it at his desk, scrolling through Bloomberg headlines. The lettuce is wilted. The chicken is dry. He hears laughter from a group of associates heading out. He wasn't invited. He wouldn't have gone anyway. The day is not even halfway over. The numbers on his screen swim together, blurring into the gray outside. He takes a deep breath, the air tasting of plastic and recycled regret, and turns back to his keyboard. Back to the numbers. Just another day. Thanks for watching. This is Alex. Or maybe this is you. He paid in missed birthdays, canceled plans, and conversations with loved ones that started with, "Sorry, I have to take this." He paid with his health, surviving on caffeine and takeout, the gym membership card gathering dust in his wallet. He became a ghost in his own life, haunting the corridors of this bank, convinced it was all a necessary sacrifice. Look at him now. The first crisis of the day hits before his second sip of coffee. The promise, the one he'd clung to for so long, was that the reward would make it all worthwhile. The bonus, the magical number that would justify the endless sacrifice. It was the light at the end of the tunnel, the validation that he was on the right path. The sun has long set by the time he's done. The office is quiet now, save for the hum of the servers and the distant city traffic. But it's not the number. It's not the life-changing, sacrifice-justifying figure he'd built up in his mind. It's adequate. A corporate pat on the head, a thanks for your service, now get back to work token. And in that moment, something inside Alex breaks. The illusion shatters. He looks at the number on the screen, and he doesn't see a reward. He sees a price tag. The price for his time, his health, his happiness. It's a subscription service for your life, and the payments never stop. Alex starts to see it clearly now. The system isn't designed to reward you eventually. It's designed to extract from you continuously. It thrives on your ambition, your hope, your willingness to defer your own life for a future that may never come. A few days later, there's a mandatory office social. Cheap wine, sad-looking canapes, and forced smiles. The air is thick with the same corporate cheerfulness that feels more like a threat. He sees the lie in its entirety. The path he was on didn't lead to freedom. It led to a more luxurious prison. The reward for a life of servitude wasn't liberation. It was just a promotion to a more senior level of servitude. And as he watches Sarah try to force a smile, a quiet revolution begins in Alex's mind. A single, powerful thought cuts through the noise. I want a different life. Not later. Not after the next bonus or the next promotion. Now. He doesn't know what that life looks like yet. Thanks for watching. The kid who got the promotion. He had a different kind of identity. Alex had looked him up. Alex remembered his early days, full of ambition. Alex listened, mesmerized. They weren't talking about their jobs in the abstract. He took a sip of his beer. It tasted like freedom. Yeah, woke up to a DM from a reporter at Bloomberg asking for a source quote and a LinkedIn message from a quant fund in Chicago. That was the first glimpse. The what if. What if I started building in public? Not for the bank. For me. What is one thing I know? One little corner of finance I've studied. that I could teach to someone else. What if I just shared it? The idea wouldn't leave him. It felt illegal. He didn't know how to start. He didn't know what to write. He didn't know if anyone would care. The most dangerous question had shifted. It was no longer, what if it's a lie? Now, it was, what's the first illegal move? What's the one thing you could build that your boss doesn't own? This was so much harder. This required a different muscle, one that had atrophied from disuse, his own unfiltered voice. He took a deep breath. How did they talk? They just said the thing. He started again, typing fast, as if he was explaining it to his friend Kevin, over beers. Look, everyone's talking about AI and crypto, right? He wasn't writing a report. He was having a conversation. He wasn't sure it was good. It was probably bad. But it was his. Immediate, cold regret washed over him. That was stupid. What if someone from work sees it? It was a conversation. He felt a jolt, a tiny electrical spark in his chest. It was so small, microscopic, but it was a victory. But it was a little quieter. He'd done it once. He could do it again. He had a major deadline. The voice said, "Just this once. Skip it. It's not important." But he remembered the spark. He just stood there, a slow smile spreading across his face. He had done it. He had broken the first and most important rule of the resume identity. He had made his thinking visible without permission. And the world didn't end. The market didn't laugh. Instead, it offered a hand. This is where 95% of people quit. When it gets boring, when the resistance gets loud, when the room is empty. But you're in the 5% now. You have your first crack. You have your first, undeniable piece of proof that your mind has value beyond your job description. The journey of 1,000 miles doesn't start with a leap. It starts with a single, quiet, illegal hour, and the courage to claim it for yourself. This is the daily war. It's not glamorous. It's not a montage. It's the gritty, unsexy work of showing up for your future self when your present self is exhausted. The journey wasn't over, not even close, but the foundation was there, built not from a grand leap of faith, but from hundreds of tiny, consistent, courageous acts. A question in a notebook, a direct message sent into the void, a small bet on an idea, a post shared with the world, even if the world wasn't listening yet. The daily war is won not in a single, glorious battle, but in the quiet discipline of showing up, day after day, for the person you are determined to become. It starts with that single, quiet hour. Claim it. It's yours. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one.